Hey, everybody. A subscriber sent me an email like this. Good afternoon. I decided to try experimenting with token creation and made a token on the BIP20 network. It was very interesting to pour it on Pancake, and I poured it with $100 liquidity. It worked for me, but then some third-party wallet came along and added a gigantic amount of coins to total supply, and then sold that number of coins and took all the liquidity. Could you take a look at what's wrong with my contract? But I didn't want to watch it at first because so many high schoolers send me ChatGPT authored fakes, but then when I had time, I watched this smart contract and realized that my subscriber was just duped. Apparently, someone gave him this contract under the guise of a good contract to create a token, but there was a backdoor sewn in there in a special way, which I will show you now. Actually, this is the contract. We'll look at its code, but first let's look at its transactions. We can see in the transactions how our aggrieved party has depopulated this smart contract, how it has added liquidity to the PancakeSwap. And here we see some strange proof transaction, which obviously came from this left wallet. This transaction came from a wallet that has 0E7A on the end. Memorize these numbers. Let's now go look at the code for our proof function. This is an external function of proof. It has the only owner modifier applied to it. Remember this. We'll come back to it now a little bit later. This function calls the internal function proof. What does our internal proof function do? It adds the number of additional tokens it has requested to the address of the given account that we have given it, to the address of the message sender. That is, it produces mint, the minting of our tokens. Back to the external function that calls it. And what do we see here? That only the only owner could call this function. Owner only, because this modifier is applied to this function. Who is the owner of this contract? Let's see. And owner is a different wallet. This is our deployer. How did it happen that this function, to which the only owner modifier is applied, could be called by another wallet? Let's see then. What do we have written in the only owner modifier? Maybe we have it spelled wrong somehow? Here I also want to draw your attention to the fact that the contract is written as if it were using the ownable library from the OpenZPelin library set, and we hope that the only owner modifier works accordingly. However, when we find the only owner modifier where the library modifier from the OpenZPelin library set should go, we see that it has been changed. You can Google it and see what the only owner modifier should look like, whether it's from the OpenZPelin library or in general. But this modifier is owner only. It says that in order for the function it is applied to execute, message sender must be equal to this number written into the contract, cast to the address type. And let's see. We can write a little smart contract in Remix that will just cast to the address type. Here is this given stitched number. I've already mapped this smart contract into my test environment, and it turns out that if we cast this number to the address type, we just see the address of our attacker from which the transaction was executed. What conclusion can we draw from this situation? If someone gave you the text of a smart token or some other smart contract, it doesn't mean you should blindly trust it. Check to see if there are any backdoors, any management tools, any addresses that will allow this person who supposedly gave you a gift to manipulate this smart contract, as happened in this smart contract in this situation. And it's a good thing our victim turned out to be a cautious hamster and provided only $100 in liquidity on the exchange. BNB in the amount of $100. Put a like if you liked this video. I hope this dissection has been interesting and useful to you. And see you all again on my channel. Bye bye.